Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. So, I just want to say, I've been, last night, I watched a lot of things that's been, um, that's been happening in the wonderful world of Hollywood with Scarlett Johansson and the lawsuit, because this is big. This is freaking big. This is either gonna change. This is gonna change Hollywood. Everybody said, from the people I was watching, like Grace Randolph, Amin from Comic Book Cast, John Campia, the person who does the quartering. I don't know his name. He said that this is big. This is going to change. They all said the same thing, pretty much. Like, this is going to change Hollywood. And I honestly, I'm honestly, I have to honestly agree, because this lawsuit is going to literally fundamentally change Hollywood. It's going to change not just only Hollywood, but the streaming wars as well. And this is why it's going to change the streaming wars, because actors who do their job and actors and the studios who put their IPs, right, or who own the company or the movie franchise or whatever. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a franchise. They're going to be forced to make new contracts stipulating that this is what we might do if another pandemic happens. And like, before the pandemic and everything went crazy last year, before people went nuts and was like, oh no, the C word that shall not be named, and this is crazy, this is nuts, like everybody was panicking. Like, before all that, they were doing, they stuck to the original format of Hollywood, which, okay, this is going to be a movie. We're gonna put this movie in theaters, which, okay, great. This movie is going to be in theaters. This movie is going to be taken out of theaters real soon. We're going to put it on TV. We're going to put it on... And then, yeah, that's pretty much what was happening for... since the early days of TV. Like, this person is going to be, this film is going to be on TV. We're gonna I think that they had it in their contract that they were gonna get some TV money or whatever. I don't know, but Now with streaming, it's going to be literally they're gonna have to put in their contract, actors are going to get theater money, TV money, or whatever else they do, or whatever other money they are supposed to make from being put on the TV. Or I think you're supposed to make money by TV viewership or whatever. If that's even still a thing, I don't know. And streaming, they were literally doing the whole like old-fashioned way of contracting and whatnot. If something does good and you want to make a franchise out of something, you would be able to uphold your contract, whether an actor doesn't uphold their contract, which, okay, happens, or the studio does not uphold their contract or their end of the bargain, which technically Bob Chapek did. I'm assuming, and I'm guessing that that's pretty much what truly happened, because, like, how dumb do you have to be saying, oh, this movie did this much in the first week on our brand new streaming service? How cocky do you have to be to make all of Hollywood pissed off at you for releasing how much a movie that you own to the world? Like, I don't know, you have to be pretty stupid and pretty cocky to do that. Like, you made enemies out of movie theaters and Hollywood just for that. And yes, I was watching people talk about Disney being proud of how much money Black Widow made just on streaming on Disney Plus. So, yeah. Scarlett Johansson has every right to be pissed and want and demand freaking some of that Disney Plus money. If not a good majority, like half of what she could have made in if it was a global release in theaters. Put that bad boy everywhere. Put that bad boy or bad girl movie as a global release. Put that in China, Russia, Europe, India, frickin' North, North Atlantic, South Atlantic, or whatever, I don't know, South Pole, or the Atlantics, or whatever, I don't know. I don't know my geology. I'm not a geologist. Or whatever the term is. America. Freaking Canada. The whole Americas. From South America to Mexico to Canada. Put that everywhere. And heck, even some islands that don't have movie theaters. You know? Or whatever. Because I'm pretty sure that there are some islands that have that. I don't really know how many things there are. I don't really know what isn't. Cause like again, I don't know. I'm not good at geography. I suck at geography and other things. But one thing I do know is history, treating people with kindness and respect, and doing what is right. Even though I'd like to classify myself as neutral, so yeah, I walk that neutral path, baby. But yeah, no. Treat the people who work for you right, because if you don't, this is what's gonna happen. Whether you like it or not, if you did what was supposed to happen, we wouldn't have had this problem. We probably wouldn't be talking about it. We would probably be talking about how how people loved Black Widow, how some people hated it and thought it was the worst, crappiest movie of all. Which it isn't. I'm just saying. Like, there are people who are going to say Black Widow is the shittiest freaking movie of all time. And there are people who are going to say, you know, I don't agree with you. Black Widow is a pretty good movie. They're gonna be like, you know, Taskmaster was kind of different, but I mean, hey, they've done it before. They've given us something different in a villain before, so what is there truly to expect, you know? And I liked the movie, even though my movie theater had a freaking blackout, but I was still able to hear the movie, and they, like, they fixed the problem, which, hey, that's fine, but I enjoyed myself. I had a good time. I enjoyed the movie. I loved the movie. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I actually went to the movie theater instead of watching it on Disney Plus, because I like having that movie theater experience. having that movie theater experience is vastly different than watching a movie on your TV or your phone. Yes, I did watch Mortal Kombat on my TV. Yes, I did watch Space Jam 2 on my TV. Yes, I did watch Tom and Jerry on my TV and on my phone because I didn't know if movie theaters were still around, or I didn't know if movie theaters were still opening or still about to open, or what was going on, because I don't know what the heck this whole thing is about, because like we're just about, I want to say we're just about to get over the pandemic or whatever. I don't even know if we are truly finished with this whole pandemic COVID-19 mess that happened literally over a year ago. So it's like, what do we do? Where do we go? What's happening? You know, it's just, which I understand. It's understandable if you think this is gonna happen, right? And something doesn't work out. So you get compensated for, I think I said that right? I don't know. Compensated or compensated or I don't know. The correct term, I think I said that right, compensated for something that was supposed to happen, but some world thing happened, and you get compensated for it by getting $20 million, and like you have to backtrack. People have to backtrack and do a whole whatever. And this is going to be fundamental, because whatever happens, streaming studios have to personally add, if whoever wins, which I hope Scarlett Johansson wins, the studios will have to put in to contract nowadays, if something happens, like another pandemic, and there's nothing we can do, and we have to shut down again, you will get paid for streaming services and whatnot. Plus, movie theaters are literally going the way of the blockbuster. I don't know why. I just been hanging out with my grandpa way too long, but I mean, I love the guy. So anyways, like, so this is pretty much what's going to be, this is what needs to be done. Just for future purposes, you have to put in contract nowadays, or should have put into contract nowadays, movie theaters plus so and so and streaming nowadays. That's what should have happened. That's what could have. That's what could have probably helped the situation, but you're being stingy and letting the whole entire world how much one movie made on streaming. On your streaming platform, which makes which gives people a higher risk of pirating. Grace Randolph said that, like, you're literally, with streaming, it gives people a better chance of pirating the film to people who have not seen the film, the movie, the show, whatever it might be. So, I say, watch the movie if you haven't watched the movie. Go take your butt to a movie theater. Watch it. Instead of sitting at home and watching it on a streaming platform, because